Yes, it's true, Bali is better than ever, and there are so many reasons why. So stand by in this video to be intrigued, informed, and amazed.
I'm in, like I don't know where I am actually.
Yes, Bali is better than ever with a growing shift in the types of holidays that you can expect. How about night surfing? There's plenty of it, and you could even stay at the Commune Resort and Beach Club at Keramas Beach if you're happy to pay $300 a night. Or try Villa L'Orange at $70. Or for the more budget-oriented surfer, I mean, you don't have to be a surfer, you know, just go there. But there's Keramas Surf Camp from $21 a night. So Keramas is, hopefully I'm saying that fairly correctly. Keramas is just up the east coast, north of Sanur. Or, you know, there's Canggu, of course, which is offering the younger crowd a healthy eating, vegan, loving tourist enclave situation with great surf and splashes of nightclub options, heaps of coffee options, and you know, rice field views and chugging around on your scooter with your other half. And yeah, I mean, look at them there, right there on the bike. That's exactly what I was talking about. What about Ubud? I mean, Ubud's just like growing into a small city, which is, you know, it still retains some of its original charm and certainly very much its cultural heritage, whilst quickly sort of becoming somewhat of a yoga and meditation haven for the eat, pray, love searchers and spiritual souls. It's a really healing place. I can highly recommend it. If you've got troubles and woes in your life, just go there, just be there, and shit will happen. The serious surf scene is more accessible than ever, with hotels and beach clubs to either stay at as a surfer or enjoy from as an onlooker. The south of Bali has completely opened up for business, and you'll find hidden beach gems and amazing resorts and bars these days. 5-star hotels, they just continue to grow, and they're affordable. The villa scene is going crazy. Like, if you're going to get one, maybe get one with your own security guard, maybe even staff. I mean, you could get a driver and a cook, you know. You can get a whole staff with these places if you want to. Try and make sure that the location is good. Have a look at the map and have a look at the cluster, perhaps on booking.com or somewhere like that. Booking.com or somewhere like that, as I try to speak English, and have a look at the cluster of hotels and just see that you're sort of not too far away from everything, because you may find that you're a little bit removed from places that you want to be for convenience. So you're going to need to use a driver all the time to sort of get, you know, where you want to be. The schoolies scene continues to grow with more precaution and safety groups coming and being involved in Bali with that holiday event. The local Pelachan is really looking after the situation, but there are also overseas groups of people my age that are just looking after the young ones and making sure they're partying hard, but carefully, you know. They're walking around in brightly coloured shirts, and they've got sort of a first aid situation sorted out, and they're keeping an eye on kids, the same as they do in Surfers Paradise. And I'm not sure about the other parts of the world, but in Surfers Paradise Australia, that's what they do. They have these volunteers that wander around and keep an eye on people and intervene perhaps earlier rather than later, which is just a great thing. There are areas now, like around the mighty Mount Agung, that offer hot spring day centres and resort stays for relaxation and rejuvenation with the most magnificent views of the volcano. You can, of course, not at the moment, but usually climb the volcano. Feel a little movement in the room at night. Maybe not because of the volcano. And just, you know, like, it's just an awesome, spectacular, viewy sort of a place to be. You got to get there. Sanur is Sanur. I'll just say the Australian pronunciation. Sanur. Sanur is maturing further, and whilst it has a noise curfew, I think it's after midnight, or maybe it's even 10 p.m. But there is a sneaky little nightclub there now, and it's just a little bit out of the town, and you can like dance on the wee hours and to a bit of doof, which I do. Like, you know, I'm not young, but I love it. Just get into life. Anyway, up to you. But yeah, look, there's live music. There's plenty of stuff happening in Sanur, and it's just a really great place. There's a lot of motorbike rental companies now that are forming that you can book online, and they can drop you a scooter to the airport, meet you at the airport with a scooter, and that scooter is like, you know, fully insured, rigged up with things like GPS, you know, USB for your phone, and GoPro mounts, and you know, it's there on the screen now. You can see who that company is, and there's a few of them, but that's a good one. And then there's things like mountain biking. You know, there's one sort of actual real mountain biking place where you can actually do the proper MTB. But then there's a lot of other things that you can do on mountain bikes. Some of them are e-bikes, so they're power assisted, which is great because, you know, it's so hot. Do you really want to be pedaling around the rice fields? You want to be in the rice fields, but whether you want to pedal or not, with a bit of e-assistance, then that might work in the nightclub too. But anyway, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's going to be easier, right? And there's also a company that does e-fat bikes. So if you're into if you're into mountain biking, you know what a fat bike is. It's a mountain bike with really fat tires, and they've got some of those with little battery engines. So there's a company that does that. I mean, you can do things like ride from Kintamani to the south, which is so Kintamani, like again Mount Agung, so it's just like it's downhill, like, and you all through the back roads and on the by, you know, through the villages, and you can have like little village experiences and things. So that's a really great option too. Let's move on to some other things. So Instagram, what about some Instagram spots? Well, there's only about 500 gazillion million in Bali. There's one. How about the Handara Golf and Resort and the Bali Gates? Now that's sort of like the Gates of Heaven, but different and just as good. You could try Pura Lempuyang Temple. That's the Gates of Heaven. So Pura Lempuyang Temple is where the Gates of Heaven are. Of course, you got your Tegalalang rice terraces, and that's a good one. I mean, you can get great photos from the top there, or you can go down in it and get in amongst it and get even better ones. I've got a vlog on that. You can check out my Tegalalang. It was hard to say, hard to pronounce, but nice to look at. You can check out my vlog on that one. The Tirta Ganga Water Palace for an instant karma of serenity, you know, somewhat depending on how many tourists are there, but yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful, amazing palace of, you know, water. I mean, you sort of walk over these stepping stones and you just get the most amazing shots for Insta. There's one of the Bali, there's like about 7 Bali swings. There's the Bali swing, and there's about 7 others. So you're going to have to like sort of Google that to decide which one you want to go to. But they're all good. They're all good. They've all got sort of, you know, amazing backgrounds for that Insta shot. The abandoned plane on the Bukit Peninsula is a beauty. It's just an old kind of a passenger jet, you know, Jetstar jet, a Garuda jet, like that, and it's still intact. They were going to originally turn it into a restaurant, but that sort of idea never came to fruition. But that's there, and that's it. That appeals to me. I don't know why. There's something about the weirdness of just having a massive aeroplane in a field in the middle of, somewhere, but sort of nowhere. The Champuhan Ridge Walk in Ubud. I'm speaking half Indonesian and half Australian. Champuhan. It's a beautiful walk anyway. Like you can just do it from either end, and it's quite a few kilometres. I think it's about 8 kilometres. I can't remember. It's a nice walk and some great Insta shots, and of course the sacred monkey forest in Ubud is, you know, super famous for those Insta shots. Try Tegal Wangi Beach Sunset Cave for that romantic richness in a photo. You know, it's just something special about photographing that place. Or you can just like go to Old Man's at Canggu in the car park and hang out in front of the painted wall, and that makes a great shot. There's a Balangan Beach viewpoint. That's like you sit on the headland and you can, you know, get someone to take you from behind and down onto the beach and do that at sunset, man. It's amazing. Bingen Beach, Dreamland Beach. I mean, you know, the beaches, the so-called secret beaches are just starting to really go off, and you can find them and just ask your driver or a taxi driver or someone, oh, you like take me to like a secret beach if you're wherever you are, and they'll get you to one of those Insta spots for sure. I'm thinking there's other rice terraces for Insta shots at Jatilui. I'm reading this one because Jatilui, because I haven't been there, but I've seen the photos and it just looks amazing on the photos. It's up near Lavina, which is way in the south, but it just looks incredible, and I'm going there for sure. So I'll have vlogs from there for sure. But yeah, that's definitely worth checking out. There's the famous Uluwatu cliff photo. It's just got to be had. It's like you stand right out on the edge there as if you're about to jump off and say goodbye to it all. And it's just massive. It's about, I don't know, I'm thinking about 300 or 400 feet, talking about in the old language. Yeah, so that's a great Insta spot. Or down in the cave at Sulaban, or better known all over the world as Ulus, which is on the top, one of the top surfing spots in the world. It's like literally rated that. I think it's number 4 or something like that. Yeah, one of the best surfers. And the surfers in, you know, super high tide, you have to paddle down through the cave, but in the lower tide you can just walk down there and get some photos. I've also got a vlog there, so check out the Uluwatu vlog that I have. And then there's the Git waterfall. That's a beautiful waterfall, and nice little walk getting to it. Nice sort of rocky situation. So you could check that out for Insta, or head over to Nusa Penida. It's not a part of Bali, but always mistaken as such. If you go to Kelingking Beach for that photo of that amazing headland that perhaps you've all seen, the sort of like a dinosaur-shaped headland. There's a really steep little walk down to it, to the photos opportunity spot with sort of bamboo, you know, railings all tied together. But yeah, that's like a super famous Insta spot. So that's some of your Insta stuff. Let's move on to some other things. Like back in the heartland of Kuta and Legian and Seminyak, the sort of traditional launch pads or starting places for especially for newbies and beginners and you know, the old school that used to know it and love it so well, and I'm sure that they still do. Look, it's just getting better and better and better in all of those areas. The hotels are upping their game. The budget hotels remain. There's super cheap backpackers, but there's, you know, like in Seminyak, there's some great capsule hostels happening. You know what a capsule hostel is? Like those Japanese things. So it's like you sleep in kind of a nice coffin. Sounds ideal, doesn't it? But no, look, I mean, it's more just like a normal backpackers, and they are a bit more open. They're not exactly like a capsule hotel, but super cheap and a great way to meet you know, people, like-minded people. But you know, Kuta, Legian, Seminyak especially, the restaurants are just getting better and better. The food's getting fresher and fresher and more adventurous, you know, like it's really expanding its reach, its stretch, and as is the array of, you know, just like things like that, the breakfast that you're offered in Seminyak, like the amazing bowls of breakfast that you're offered, and just yeah, beautiful options of a variety of tastes and influences from all over the world. Of course, you've got a lot of pool bars starting to open up. Fins, you know, and places like that. Fins which has moved to Seminyak, but yeah, like just fantastic spots to hang. Get there early, get yourself a couple of sun deck chairs. You've got the pool, your beaches are right there, looking out over the beaches. There's plenty of these, so again, just Google it, or you know, stay on board, and I'll get you up to date with all of these one by one. But yeah, beach sunset spots and pool bars and nightclubs. I mean, the Seminyak nightclub scene is just ridiculously good. La Favela, etc. Like, I'm not even going to start to mention all of those names, but well and truly up to class for anyone, anywhere. I mean, I sort of used to work in I was a DJ for a long time, and I worked in Oxford Street, Sydney, you know, so, and that's pretty much world renowned. You know, as a great club scene, and make no mistake, Seminyak is just as good. Like, it's really easily just as good, and it's got a much better flavour. And the thing that you have to remember too about why Bali is better and better, and especially in 2019, is that whilst all of these things are improving, and you're getting like better hotels, better restaurants, better food, etc., they're all still full of Balinese, and that's what we love about Bali, is the beautiful Balinese people and the kind of service that they can offer in a hotel and a restaurant is just outstanding. It's incredible. The level is just through the roof. It's 10-star, you know. The smile, they can't do enough for you. They're standing by. If you're on your own, they'll tend to just sit with you and chat. I mean, it's hard sometimes to have a meal on your own, because I travel on my own a lot. Like all the time, which is really a lot, right? and it's really hard to have a meal on your own, which is great. I mean, you know, I meet all these amazing stuff. But the point that I'm getting back to is that the level of service is just outstanding in Bali at any level of accommodation. The same goes for the friendliness in the nightclubs, pretty much. I mean, you know, sometimes they're a little bit snobby, like some nightclubs can get, but yeah, so in those traditional sort of launch pad areas for Bali, which is Kuta, Legian and Seminyak, unreal, like better than ever. You know, it's still got your traditional pubs, and you know, you can sit and you can on the street and people watch. Great, you know, I love that sort of thing, but I also love the upmarket stuff, so I love the mix of it all. If you head more out on the south coast to the west, you'll come to a place called Medewi, which is again like, it's one of the longest. I think it's a right-hander. Let me see now. No, it's a left-hander. The longest left-hander surf in the freaking universe or something. I don't know. But look, it's just a really cool place to go. I'll be vlogging from there this year. I'll be staying there, and it's kind of like a little bit like what Kuta used to be. I mean, we all used to love Kuta. Kuta was like the original surfing spot for Australian surfers to land and stay and enjoy this wonderful place and these wonderful people. And look, nothing about that has changed. So just do yourself a molly, do yourself a favour. You've just got to get yourself there. Get yourself to Bali by hook or by crook. You will love it. It's better than ever. The streets that we've been riding through here and that have given you like a bit of a kind of an overview of some of the parts. We've been riding through the outskirts of Ubud. Here we're in Jalan Padma, so back in the centre of just at the edge of Legian and Kuta. But yeah, look, I mean, I can't say enough about how big it's going to be this year in Bali. More and more Europeans coming in, more and more people traveling from America, from all over the world. What else? I mean, there's one other thing, one last thing I should mention. The fact is that it's still cheap, and the airfares are still cheap, you know. Like, it's so affordable, especially if you live in Perth or somewhere close like we do in Australia. But from anywhere in the world, just take the flight, sit on the plane, you know, enjoy it. I mean, When you get there, you're going to be immersed in this cultural, beautiful, magnificent madness. So go and enjoy it. You know, just enjoy Bali, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.